Hey YouTube, this is Evil Twin X, and tonight I'm gonna try and figure out how to remove this headstock casting off the ways, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. After I put on my blue gloves. So I think it's just two bolts and a T-nut. It's a bolt front and back here, and then there's one of those T-nut clamps. Like that. Probably would be so much easier if I removed all this, but I only want to remove what was completely necessary. But this one bolt came out pretty easy, or loosened pretty easy. Now I got to figure out how to get that other one off. Alright, well, I'm going to use a socket, and I figured out the size was 3/4 inch. Well, the other ones were pretty easy to get off. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. It's looks like sawdust and brass clippings in there. Something's still holding it down. Let me try to figure this out. So I think what's holding it in place is this last big screw, and I have to remove this in order to get to that screw. So I'm going to take this part off. I'm doing that now. You know what? What I'm going to try to do, I think I'm going to remove this screw, and if I do that, this handle will be able to go up, and I might be able to clear that screw here. So instead of messing around with something I don't know, I'm gonna try that. This part of the casting is still in the way. Oh, so much for that. Alright, well, I'll try and take this off. Ah. There we go. Alright, that wasn't too difficult. So now I think if I unscrew this, I can get the headstock off. So let me try that. there's a nut on the other side. So this goes through the casting. So this should be it. Alright, fingers crossed. I think this will do it. Oh, voila! So I'm glad I took the headstock off, because look at all that crud in there. So I'll give this a good cleaning, and I really think I'm going to try to get this off, this gearbox. I probably have to disassemble some of this. I put everything kind of back together so I don't lose any of the pieces. I think this is next. I believe once I get this off, I just have to take these 3 screws and a couple of nuts up here off, and then this whole gearbox should be able, I should be able to remove it. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to start here. There's a collet with the woodruff key, and let's see what happens. I'm a little bit confused on how I would take this off. By the way, I discovered that this bracket here is broken. There's supposed to be a part that comes off here, and I guess it holds a set of gears. Eventually I'll try to replace this banjo. I think I would have to have another one machined, because these parts for the pick-o-matic are just impossible to find. But I want to be able to remove this, and I can't figure out how. So I'm gonna pause this video and do a little head scratching. Okay, well, I decided that it would be a good idea to look in my pick-o-matic handbook, and after looking and reading this guide on how to install it, I figured how to reverse engineer and hopefully how to remove it. So I was wrong in thinking that I needed to remove this. Actually, what I need to remove is this big nut. It's probably 3/4 inch, along with some mounting screws here and these 2 bolts there. So I'm gonna give that a shot right now, and fingers crossed. Alright, once again, the moment of truth. And voila! And there's inside the pick-o-matic gear change box. This is pretty hefty. There's no way I'm taking this interior apart, but I'm glad I got it out, because I'll be able to do a better cleaning this way. It looks pretty good in there, but that is off. And yeah, it's pretty nasty. The game plan. I hope you enjoy this fantastically exciting episode of the dismantling of my lathe. For you beginners out there who this video is for, it's not that hard. You know, you just got to take your time, read any resources that you have, check the forums, watch YouTube, and you can do it. I think taking it apart's kind of easy. I'm a little concerned about putting all this stuff back together. And until we meet again, Evil Twin X signing off.